We got married and we got pregnant with our first child, whose name is Mason. We went on to have our first ultrasound, and the doctor came in to tell us that he would be born with congenital heart disease, that he had several areas of his heart that are not normal and they wouldn't be normal. And so he asked us, would we like to terminate the pregnancy right there because we only had a limited amount of time left.
That's a lot for him to deal with, and it's probably gonna be a lot for us to deal with. But I also don't like being told what we need to do.
So Mason did, in fact, end up needing surgery. He had his first heart surgery when he was 5 days old, another one at 5 months, and then at 1.5, he had open heart surgery. Shortly after that, right before he was 2 years old, he got diagnosed with autism. And I always say that it was autism that knocked the wind out of me.
She had a whole career that she had to give up basically when we moved here because someone had to be the caregiver for Mason while the other one worked. And that put a lot of stress and pressure on me. I was an entrepreneur trying to get out there and establish myself here in Houston, and it was a lot.
My heart broke for the families that need the Lord, and they really, like many of us, are going through a hard time, but there was nowhere to turn. And so I posted this video that went super viral. It's Sunday, and I'm bawling because I brought Mason to a church here in the Houston area that has a special needs ministry. And the woman said that they don't really have space for children like Mason. In so many words, she said that they take children who are a little bit more able. What are we doing? So this is a clarion call to all the pastors and leaders. Make room for autistic children, not the ones that are high functioning, the ones that might carry severe or profound autism and intellectual disabilities. I had so many DMs, churches reaching out to say, come to our church, we have a special needs ministry. Parents are saying, look here, look there. But one thing stood out. One day my phone rang and my phone said Champions Club. And I was like, oh my goodness, the Champions Club is calling me. I picked up the phone and we got a personal invite to come visit Lakewood Church's Champions Club. And we were absolutely blown away. I visited Champions Club. We then went to the banquet, I believe maybe a week or two later, for special needs children, special needs families. And then it was maybe the following week, we saw Pastor Craig and his wife share about the impact that special needs families really go through because of a diagnosis and marriages. And it was that Sunday where my husband looked at me and was like, this is it. We need to join this church.
My biggest reason for saying we should go and we should continue to keep coming back was Mason.
But if it wasn't for the phone call and the reaching out, I feel like that was a representation of what Lakewood is. It was like a hand that reached out to say, we got you, come here. Mason is nonverbal, so he's not gonna tell us about his day. But when we pull up now, he laughed the other day when we pulled up, and I turned around and I was like, I looked at my husband, I was like, you know where we are, Mason? That he knows that he's coming to Champions Club. And I remember telling my husband, I think the Lord wants me to talk about autism more often. I said, I just feel this, desire to talk about it more. And he was like, you should. And so online, I just started sharing the things that we typically keep to ourselves. And then other parents are like, me too. Oh my gosh, I'm going through that too. Wow. How many other parents have gone through this? So I recorded a video and I just gave them encouragement. Special needs parents, you stay strong going to the doctor's appointments through meltdown. God sees you. He is with you. He will never leave you. And I encouraged those parents, and that went viral, 6 million. The next post, 7 million. And, over the years, we have reached millions of people across the globe, literally. That's how intentional God is. Like, he will lead you along the path that you're supposed to go on. I just believe that God is still with us. It's still purposeful, because Jeremiah 29:11 says that he has a plan to give us a hope in the future.
Come on. Let's give Marcus and Camille, amazing family, a big hand today. We're so proud of you guys. And Camille, you know what's incredible, you guys don't know this, but Camille just got signed by the largest publisher in America, Random House Penguin, to do a book, and it's up there, I think. Moments of Joy. It's coming out in March, and we're so proud of you. And Camille, just tell the people, just look out there and tell the people, you know, God has helped you reach millions of people now. And you got a new book coming out. What would you say to people right now?
God is faithful. You know, when I saw you standing here with the first responders, me and my sister have a favorite movie, Miss Doubtfire. And I was just thinking of how she started running, saying help is on the way when somebody was choking. And that's literally what happens. Whatever you're going through, we might not see the angels at work, but he sends help. And sometimes through physical people. You guys help me. And even if you don't have a child with special needs, we all go through trials. And sometimes we don't see him working, but have confidence and know that he's working. Jeremiah 29:11 says he has a plan. He has a plan to prosper you and not to harm you. Plans to give you a future and a hope. So you hold on and you know that help is on the way.
Come on. That's awesome. You know, Marcus, you know, when you have a special needs child, you know, there's a lot of times you cry out for help, you know, but, you know, you really were sharing with me just how your son and this situation has changed you.
It's changed me a lot. One thing I've learned, two things I learned. One was for the fellas, you know, the fathers that are raising kids that are on the spectrum or just with special needs, it's okay to be soft. It's okay to be loving. It's okay to be nurturing. It's okay to, you know, put your guard down as a man and love up on your child a little bit more possibly than you was loved up on. And the second thing I learned that, you know, through it all, through the challenges, my pastor from back home used to always say, if it's God's will, it's God's bill. So he'll get you through it because he brought you to it.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. Go ahead and keep that. That's awesome. You know, just seeing their life, you know, maybe there's people here today and you feel like you're hanging by a thread. You know, you maybe last night or the day before you were calling out for help. And if that's you today, if you're going through a really difficult situation, I want you to just lift your hands wherever you are. Yeah. We